Hey guys, and welcome back to Cornerstone Youth Markham's YouTube channel. My name is Sarah, and I'm so excited to continue along with our series on identity called True Story, where we're looking at true stories in the Bible to figure out who we are and who God is. So today's lesson theme ties in with a really popular movie. You've seen it, your mom's probably seen it, your dog has probably seen it and loved it. The first movie in this series is very iconic for this certain song melody. Have you guessed it? If not, here is a very iconic song from the second movie, which our vocalist from our youth band, Claire, she's going to introduce it to us right now. So let's listen.
I can hear you, but I won't. Some look for trouble, while others don't. There's 1,000 reasons I should go about my day and ignore your whispers, which I wish would go away. Oh. You're not a voice, you're just a ringing in my ear, and if I heard you, which I don't, it's spoken for, I fear. Everyone I've ever loved is here within these walls. I'm sorry, secret siren, but I'm blocking out your calls. I've had my adventure, I don't need something new. I'm afraid of what I'm risking if I follow you into the unknown. Do you know me? Can you feel me? Can you show me? Where are you going? Don't leave me alone. How do I follow you into the unknown?
Wasn't she amazing? I know. God is so incredible because he gives each of us individually with unique talents and skills to bring him glory. And glory is a Bible word for great honor or magnificence or beauty. So Claire sang Into the Unknown, and she made it sound amazing, stunning, unbelievable. But in reality, stepping into the unknown is scary. For example, going to a new school or starting a new job, or maybe having a fight with a friend and not knowing how to resolve it. Or, like we all are right now, living in a global pandemic with no vaccine in sight. Story time! Welcome back to my little setup with my little friends. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about a time that I was uncertain when walking into the unknown. So, about 10 years ago, which is so crazy to think about, but when I was about 12, I was in elementary school in grade 8, I actually auditioned for Canada's Got Talent. I know, I can't believe it. It was so long ago. So I've been singing my whole life, and I just thought, wow, this is such a fun opportunity to go sing in front of judges and to see if I'd be any good and see if, I don't know, something could come out of it. So I remember practicing for hours and hours, for weeks, going through different songs, but I finally landed on a Justin Bieber song for some reason. I don't even like Justin Bieber, but I decided that would be the song I would audition with, and I actually roped in my best friend to also audition separately with me. And so her mom drove us down to downtown Toronto to audition at the Blue Jays Center at the stadium. And I remember standing in line outside. You know, I bought a new outfit for the audition. I had my hair and makeup done. I was super excited but so scared. I remember praying before going into the audition rooms. Like, I prayed and I was like, God, please help me be strong and confident, because I had serious stage fright. So I couldn't really sing in public without other people singing with me, but I could only walk into this audition alone. So finally it was my turn, so I walked to the audition room, and the audition rooms were, beside each other, so I could hear what was going on in the other rooms, but I tried to pay attention. As I walked into the room, I saw this lady sitting over there at a table, and then a camera positioned, just like this camera actually, and a camera positioned so they could record my audition and show it to other judges, I guess. And so they got me to say my name, where I'm from, my age, things like that. And I said that to the camera, but I was so scared. I said to the camera, and then they said, okay, whenever you're ready, you can start singing. And I was like, okay. But the problem was, not only was I nervous, but in the next room beside us, there was a lady singing opera. So while I had my audition going on, I had to listen to this lady sing opera. So I was so scared of getting nervous and my voice breaking and shaking that I closed my eyes. I closed my eyes through the entire audition. So I just stood, closed my eyes, and I just started singing my song, my Justin Bieber song. I tried to do it as well as I could, but I could tell my voice was shaking. And also my eyes were closed, so I'm pretty sure that wasn't a very impressive performance on my part. But I finally finished and I was done, and they said, thank you, you may leave now. So I walked out and I was just like, oh. And my other best friend walked out, and we were both like, oh my gosh, it's over. They'll let us know in 2 weeks if we made it or not to the next round of auditions. And so we went through that, and we were so uncertain. And in those 2 weeks, we were also like, are they gonna contact us? Are they gonna tell us we made it? Scripture time. So in the Bible, we read the story of two women who faced the unknown. So we've got one woman called Naomi and one called Ruth. Now Naomi was a wife and a mother of 2 sons, and the family followed God. So Naomi and her husband Elimelech moved their family to a foreign country where most people didn't know God or didn't follow God. And her sons ended up marrying women who also had different cultures and believed in different gods. So Ruth was one of those women. While they were living in this new country, Naomi's husband died. Years later, Naomi's 2 sons, so one of them being Ruth's husband, also died. When that happened, Naomi decided that she would move back to her home country, Bethlehem. And Ruth decided to follow her as well, saying that she would follow her God, our one true God, as well. There are some things to realize here. So Naomi and Ruth were now widows. In that time and culture, unmarried or widowed women were extremely vulnerable. Not only were they mourning their losses, but they were also in danger, and their futures were uncertain. But God did not leave those women without hope. You can read the short Bible book yourself, but let's read the end to find out how God blessed them and worked through their lives as they entered into the unknown. So we're going to read from Ruth 4 verses 13 to 17. Naomi gains a son. So Boaz took Ruth, and she became his wife. When he made love to her, the Lord enabled her to conceive, and she gave birth to a son. The women said to Naomi, praise be to the Lord, who this day has not left you without a guardian redeemer. May he become famous throughout Israel. He will renew your life and sustain you in your old age. For your daughter-in-law, who loves you and who is better to you than 7 sons, has given him birth. Then Naomi took the child in her arms and cared for him. The women living there said, Naomi has a son, and they named him Obed. He was the father of Jesse, the father of David. While nothing could replace the family that they lost, God rebuilt a new one for them. And while they were uncertain about their future, God had a good plan for them. And guess what the best part is? So we know that Ruth's son is named Obed. So Obed became the father of Jesse, who became the father of David. You know David, king of Israel David, the one who wrote so many Psalms. And many generations after that, David's descendants, ultimately Ruth's descendants, led another son into the world named Jesus. Isn't that radical? That God took the hardships, the trials, and the bitterness in Naomi and Ruth's lives and turned it into a plan for his glory and to save the whole world through Jesus. Amazing! So what does the story of Ruth and Naomi teach us about who God is? Well, it shows us that God isn't afraid of our doubts, questions, or emotions. God meets our needs. God is a redeemer. God knows our future. God has a plan. God is in control. So in conclusion, God is good. So fast forward to today, it's been 10 years and I did not make it into Canada's Got Talent. Shocker, surprise, no one is surprised. I really didn't expect to get through because I was 12 and my voice hadn't really developed back then. So I'm glad that I didn't go through, because had I gone on stage, like the real stage on TV, who knows what I would have done. Maybe screamed, maybe peed my pants, who knows. But today I am now a worship leader at Cornerstone, so I get the privilege and honor of getting to sing and ask God to fill the room with His Spirit, to ask God to help the congregation, to help you guys worship in our services. And I get to sing and worship with other team members, with other vocalists, and that brings me so much joy. And you know, I sometimes get nervous before singing. Sometimes I kind of get in my head and think about, oh, what are the words for this song, or will I be able to hit this note? But then I also know, and I pray each time before worshiping, that God put me here for a reason, and God's gonna put you where He wants to put you for a reason, and He's given me the certain talents and gifts at this age right now, and He also gave me Laurel and Michelle, who helped to guide me to this point to help lead in church services for a reason, to give Him glory. Remember, we talked about glory, to give Him the highest praise, the highest honor, to give Him magnificence and beauty. That's all Him. He's worth all that. So even though I walked into the unknown 10 years ago, not knowing that I wouldn't get into Canada's Got Talent, but I didn't know that that would eventually, 10 years later, lead me here, where I get to worship and serve on a different stage, but with a better purpose, to give God all the glory and not myself. And what does this teach us about our identity? You were created by a God who is good. He's a provider, He's a redeemer, and He's in control. And your future is known by your Creator. No matter how confusing or uncertain things feel, God is never confused or uncertain and will always guide and provide for you. If you've ever faced an uncertain future and felt confused, defeated, anxious, or afraid, remember this. Because of who our Creator is, we don't have to worry. Because of who God is, we can embrace the unknown. That brings us to the end of this video. We're also doing a really exciting art challenge right now. So if you can show us who you are and who God is in maybe painting, drawing, singing, dancing, whatever form of art you want, please tag us at Cornerstone Youth Markham on Instagram, and you can win a chance to be featured on our social media or on our YouTube channel like Faith and Claire. Okay guys, I hope you have a wonderful week. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode, and we'll see you in the next one. Be blessed. Bye.